And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Transport Fever. Well, I ran a little experiment. We were really in need of iron over in our steel area. So what I did is I upgraded the entire line to use these sweet, very powerful, very fast engines. And I remember testing this before in another save a month or two ago. And it broke the path. It broke the system. And so I wanted to see if they had fixed that or addressed it in any way. And so I upgraded the entire line to use those fast engines. And sure enough, it killed the line usage here. Those engines picked up everything that was available here, dropped it off, and by the way, that full train of iron ore, that super fast train, gave me about $2 billion when it finally delivered. So you can tell that it was a little out of whack. So this full train gives me 15 million. So for some reason, that initial push really miscalculated how much money I get. But I've been making money hand over fist here. So you can see right here, 6 billion for that year was pretty good. So what I did to fix that, because essentially this stopped requesting iron. See right here, this potential went to 0. And when that goes to 0, that means the raw material itself will go to 0. So this goes to 0, production drops, everything is sad and lonely. And so I had to take one train, just one train on this line, and make it the slower 18, NSB 18. So one of these trains on just one line, so this one line coming in here, one of these trains is the slower one. And once I put that back on in service, everything picked back up again. So all of the other trains are the super fast ones, except for one. And so I think it's this one right here, because it's a darker color. So this one is the slower one. And that sort of updated the system and said, okay, we can start delivering again. And as you can see, we are delivering a monster amount of iron ore up in here. So I want to do a little experiment. You know, we have got so much stuff coming to Indianapolis. And we are on a rebound, I hope, with the population. We may hit 10,000 yet. So, you know, I even though the game is pretty laggy and my frame rate is pretty bad, I would like to test the removal of planks from this system to see if we finally get delivered some plastic. The plastic frequency on this line, so Detroit plastic for tools, let's limit it to railroad. That will help. So let's go up to Detroit plastic for tools. So I have a 69-second delay for a line frequency on that, which should be plenty. So the Detroit steel for tools is 23 seconds because we have 2 lines and multiple trains. So the 69-second for plastic should be plenty for it to actually see the plastic. So first, I'm going to go over here where we have the raw material. And all of these trains coming back, I'm actually going to send to depot. So all of these are going to feed into the depot. And as soon as these finish delivering, I'm going to send these to depot as well. So we're going to first cut off the main supply. All right. Now there's no trains on that log line. So as soon as I delete the line, all of these logs will disappear. And, you know, eventually this is going to downgrade and downgrade and downgrade, and we'll be will be sad times. But with this here, this has still got. Look at how many logs this thing has to chew through. That is crazy. So with all of these now put away, I can sell them. Okay, and now I want to delete that line. So that was buff logs. So up here in the bees, buff logs, delete the line. See, all of them disappeared. And now the details, it's still gonna request, it's still gonna say, hey, I need this many, but we are quickly running out of planks right here. And yes, I could just completely delete the line and just make do, but I want to come in here with the depots and try to move all those trains all at once into the depot and sell them using the features the game has. So this is actually chewing through the logs incredibly quickly. And honestly, if I were to readjust the recipes in this mod, sort of like I did with the Fortress Craft series, I would actually change the recipe where a log equals maybe 2 planks instead of 1. Because, you know, you think about it, you have a whole log coming in, you're going to be able to make more than 1 plank out of that. So yeah, it would reduce the amount of raw logs that you're going to need, but it would increase your plank production to the point of being able to maybe keep up with certain production facilities and certain production amounts a little bit better than what the game can spit out initially. So with that line, I'm just going to leave the tracks and stuff. All you need to do is remove the line itself. So this is just about out. You can see production is going down because once we run out of logs, watch what happens to production. It is going to go down so fast. And here we go. And done. Here, now production is going to plummet. Because this whole line was being used quite a bit. Got these production facilities up quite a bit, and now those are draining out. So how do I want to set this up? First of all, I want to set up a depot right here. And I want to set one up coming off of this line here. See, it's going to be kind of weird. But that should be good there. So once I set all these to go to depot and sell on arrival, they should do just that. So we are slowly running down on the number of planks we have, so I can start actually sending these guys to depot because I really want to get this going here. But they all need to be basically on the same line. So I'm gonna stop this train, and the next train coming through, because that way they're all going to be lined up in front of this depot, because we're going to stop delivering planks altogether. Okay, stop. Because this line here will cross into here, and I don't want any more of those shenanigans there. So once all of these deliver, so we can speed it up a little bit, that might cause some lag issues. But yeah, all of the trains that were delivering planks are all going to be backed up. and then we can set all of the trains to go to depot and sell on arrival, and they'll be pointing the right direction, so I won't get any errors with which direction, you know, cannot find depot is the error that you'd find. Or you could put more than one depot on each one of these lines, and that's a way to go too. So that's an option. So here we have all of the trains backed up all the way up to here. So with this line, buff planks for tools, right here, I can say send all vehicles to depot and sell on arrival. Okay, so now we can start this and start this, and all of those trains will come right in. Look at all the planks that are sitting here. So sad. Okay, so now all of those are going. Now I want to delete that line. So let's watch the poor tools factory here and what it wants. You can see requirement planks potential 0. So we are going to delete this line and see if this thing finally sees the plastic being delivered. It's mind-boggling that it hasn't seen that plastic yet. And maybe I need to upgrade this with the super fast engines. I don't know. I have a feeling that that would break some things. But if this doesn't request plastic soon, we are going to be running into some problems. Because it's going to start demanding so much steel that our steel production is hurting right now because of iron ore. And let's look at our iron. Yeah, see, iron ore, I might have to triple this up. That would be a first to have to do that. Oh, leg. So this thing is chewing through the iron, probably. Oh, yeah, look at that. Holy cow. So is this thing not seeing the plastic line at all? Plastic, I mean, it should be seeing it. It's coming right down here. And it should be seeing the plastic. We've got plenty of plastic to spare. We've got lots of oil ready to process. And it's just not seeing it. So I'm going to pause. And I'm going to upgrade these trains on a whim here, using the Ultra. So this is going to be plastic. And we're going to set yes, 25%. So this should update. Hopefully this will see the plastic. So the 69-second time on that, let's see, once some of these are updated, maybe we will get a better time on that. Let's see, that is Detroit. Plastic for tools. So we're still at 69 seconds. Maybe when a few more of these trains, how many? 1, 2, 3. I have 5 trains on that line. That, I mean, it should be enough. But as you can see, waiting for free path. And since all the trains are not updated yet, they kind of catch each other. Because this one's way up here, and it's still waiting for free path. Because it, you know, depending on how fast it's going, it will look ahead and determine whether or not we need to, you know, get a path or reserve a path, I should say. Still pretty fast, but I want to see if that timing changes as these upgrade, because that's the big tell. So we're still sitting at 69 seconds, even though we have 3 trains updated. We're still not demanding plastic. So that's not good. So I might try to upgrade that. You can see our steel demand went way up, and we have stopped producing machines altogether. You can see machine production is abysmal right now. But it should know that it's not going to get any more planks because there's no lines feeding into it. And there is one for plastic, so I'm not sure what's going on here. I think this is our last train. Oh yeah, these are overlapping one another. That's just great. But that way they'll go super duper fast coming out of the gate. Okay, so we're still at 69 seconds. $68 seconds now. So you can see this thing is just absolutely cruising. Shreveport North. Yeah, this one's overlapping now. Oh, that was interesting. So all of them are upgraded. We still need... Oh, there's 67. Yeah, it's going to go down. Since these are overlapping one another, it still hasn't quite updated itself. Not sure what it's going to do. This is... It's baffling to me why it's not demanding any plastic. The same thing happened when I changed the recipe. It never demanded plastic. It's like it didn't even see that there was plastic available. I don't know what I can do to jumpstart that. Like if I have to... Yeah, I don't know. Try to ship more tools. Yeah, well, I'm trying to actually make some machines. So if you would please start demanding some machines, that would be great. Because we got lots of oil. We've got lots of potential for delivery. We are just not quite there. And I'm not sure how to kick it in the pants here. So now we're down to 65 seconds. See, steel is at 22, and I you know, I've never had this happen. I've never had it just not demand what I give it or what's available. And I think this is enough trains. I don't think putting more trains on this would help very much. So I'm at a complete loss. I mean, are we just trying to move plastic too far? Am I going to have to make a whole new setup with an oil well, refinery, and a chemical plant closer to the tool factory? I mean, I could replace that entire... plank system with plastic. I would just have to put an intermediate step in there somehow, because I would have to have an oil refinery and then an oil well, then an oil refinery, and then a chemical plant, and then, you know, I could put the chemical plant like in here and have plastic going in. Maybe we can try that and use some of the existing lines for production, because this is gonna, you know, these are gonna downgrade to the point where, yeah, see, downgrade in 2 months, yeah, so these are gonna downgrade eventually. So I could experiment with that a little bit and see if building plastic closer would actually tell this thing, hey, we've got plastic coming in. Because it should see it. So I'm at a complete loss. as to what's going on here. Because right now it's just using steel to make tools, and we've got lots of tools saved up. So we're maxed on tools. I think about 1,400 is the max. And maybe we're just not able to move enough tools to satisfy demand. Maybe it's just seeing that, hey, we got more tools here that we could deliver. I'm at a loss for why this thing is just like, no, I don't want plastic. So I think one last thing we'll try is moving or merging this production line in with, instead of doing planks, we will do plastic. So because I built these structures, I can actually destroy them. So there's 1, 2, and I think right over here is where we're gonna do. So right in here is where we're gonna put the production. And actually, let's do it right close to here. That way that's a little... I'm gonna need quite a bit of room in here. Okay, everybody's happy. So I'm gonna take those out because that's where they're gonna merge, and then we will start tackling this next episode. So that will do it for this one, and I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.